Hey, LS11 Universe Zander.
It's Ray.
Aren't we supposed to be in, like, different states?
Don't acknowledge that, man.
Okay. Well, welcome to the Royal Rumble predictions. We are doing an 8-person predictions match this month because I hate myself. We're very likely on the final days of me holding Goldie. You may not touch until you win it. Plus, this is the final time for this Goldie because, as we revealed on Friday's live stream, we have a new belt design that we unveiled. So, the way this is going to work is, of course, it's myself, it's Ray, it's Carnold, it's Mania Del Zander, it's Jobber JJ, it's Prince Mada, it's Carol Wands, and it's the mysterious hacker. So, the 7 of us are going to go, and then the hacker claimed that they will reveal themselves by the end of the show. So, it'll go me, then Ray, and then however I edited it all together. Not everyone sent me their things yet. We're recording this like Friday. So you got the belt. Yeah, YouTube. It takes time. So, first match on the card. Drew McIntyre is defending the WWE Championship against Goldberg. Dear God, I hope it's Drew. That's my pick.
My pick's also true.
Hello, LS11 Universe. My name's Jobber JJ, and welcome to my Royal Rumble 2021 predictions. WWE Championship match. Gonna keep this nice and sweet, short and sweet. Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. Goldberg wins. LOL.
Hello everybody, this is Carnold here with my predictions for the Royal Rumble this year. Okay, the first thing we're predicting is Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. I'm gonna go with Carnold's gonna go with Drew McIntyre. You know, he seems like a safe option to go with. I think the third time lucky.
Okay, hello LS11 Universe Mode, this is Prince Mada, not Universe Mode, LS11 Universe. I've recorded this 6 times now. I'm in this freezing cold in Cleveland, Ohio. It's snowing currently. But anyhow, let me get into this. Xander, hopefully I do this correct. I've tried this 6 times now. If you need me to redo it, I'm willing to. Obviously I suck at this type of thing. My computer's not working, so I'm doing it on my cell phone. Alright, so anyhow, my first match, Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. Oh my goodness, can't believe I just paused on it. Nobody wants to see Goldberg win. I don't either. So I'm going to be going Drew McIntyre tonight.
Hello, Xander, and anybody else predicting tonight. I have my predictions ready to go. But first, here's my belt. I've only got one. I'm coming after yours, Xander, so I can have 2 titles. Now, let's start with the Royal Rumble predictions for 2021. I do have to read them off my phone because my camera is being stupid. So we will read them as I got them out. First match to predict. The WWE Championship match with Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. Now, I'm thinking Goldberg. Why? Because they're not going to fly him all the way out there for him to do like 2 moves and then send it back. He's not going to do 2 moves and lose. He's not going to lay down. Not even for Drew. He's going to win it. Taking it home. He will probably hold it until WrestleMania, where he drops it back to Drew. Won't be the first time Drew's lost a belt and gotten it back. Won't be the last. So, that one, I'm going with Goldberg.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite luchador and totally not Xander, Mania Del Zander, here with my predictions for the Royal Rumble 2021. Okay, so the first thing Xander has told us to predict is Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. I'm going to be the pessimist here and go with Goldberg. Okay, Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, then a last man standing match for the Universal title. 3, 2, 1, Roman Reigns.
WWE Universal Championship. Last man standing. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. And I'm picking Adam Pearce. Simple reason, card subject to change. They'll be doing this thing on SmackDown, card subject to change, and we know at Payback you can just sign a contract and enter yourself into the match. And Adam Pearce will be the last man standing.
Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens for the Universal title. I'm gonna go with Kevin Owens on this one. I just got this weird gut feeling that they might do it, you know.
Somebody just drove by. Awkward. Okay, so Zander, I hope you cut that out. But my second prediction is, because I'm doing this on my street, between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. Hopefully I am doing this right, Zander. If you need me to re-record it, I will. But my second prediction between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens will be, I'm going to be picking the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, to win tonight. And I don't want to say what is going to happen next, because I don't think we're predicting the next pay-per-view. But yeah.
Next match. Last man standing match. Universal Championship. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Well, that's an easy one to predict. Like, Kevin Owens is going to take a belt off the Tribal Chief. No chance in hell. The Tribal Chief is keeping this one. And Kevin Owens is going to be not standing. Simple enough.
Up next, Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns in a last man standing match for the Universal title. I think it'd be dumb not to go with Roman Reigns here. The Women's Tag Team Championships, Charlotte Flair and Asuka against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Part of me wanted to go with Jax and Baszler, but I think they're going to break up and feud with each other because no tag team is safe in Vince McMahon's WWE. So I'm going to go with Charlotte and Asuka.
I'm actually going with Jackson Baszler.
Okay.
So the next match is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships between Charlotte Flair, Asuka versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Gonna go with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler simply for the reason is because I think Charlotte Flair will be the number one contender for WrestleMania for Asuka, and how will these two coexist type of thing.
The women's tag team titles, Asuka and Charlotte Flair against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Carnold is gonna go with Jackson Baszler on this one, yeah. Yeah, he just has a feeling, you know.
And for the women's tag team titles, Charlotte Flair and Asuka versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Yeah, the Omni Flair's keeping that belt, which is why I picked her to be my second choice in the Rumble. If Ronda doesn't show up and Charlotte does win, Charlotte will go for a title. She'll win that. She'll be Charlotte 2 belts. Because why not? That's what Charlotte does. Got to put all the gold on Charlotte. You know how that works.
Asuka and Charlotte versus Nia and Shayna for the women's tag team titles. I'm also gonna go with Nia and Shayna on this one. I could see them taking the titles off of Flair and Asuka and then having Charlotte win the Rumble later that night. Now, this matchup isn't officially on the card, but I would not be surprised to see them add it, so I've told everyone else to predict it. Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle for the United States title, and because I've heard everyone else's predictions, I'm going with Matt Riddle just to try and separate myself so that we don't have the Rumble end in a tie.
I'm also going with Matt Riddle.
Bobby Lashley versus Riddle. I'm just going to go with Bobby Lashley. Don't really care for this match.
Now, we've got another one, the U.S. title. Riddle versus Lashley. Well, Riddle ain't taking that off of Lashley. No chance in hell. Somebody bigger is going to have to take that belt off of Lashley. If they actually give it to Riddle, I will be surprised.
So this one isn't officially on the card yet, but Zander and I both agreed that it'd probably happen, so we included it when we sent out the email. Matt Riddle and Bobby Lashley for the U.S. title. Now this one, it's a little hard to figure it out, but I'm gonna go with Lashley for this one.
Next is, according to, it is not announced, but it might happen, Riddle versus Lashley for the U.S. title. Carnold is going to go with Riddle on this one. Carnold has just a gut feeling, you know. Does Carnold have guts? Does Carnold have guts? It's a good question, actually. Carnold's just got the gut feeling. We'll just go with that, okay?
Okay, and now on to the fun part. Now, I've explained to everyone how this works, but I'm going to explain it again for those lovely people at home. The way we were doing this for the 2 Royal Rumbles is we are each getting 3 picks. Our first pick worth 5 points. Our second pick worth 3 points. Our last pick worth 1 point. So, I guess we'll go 5 point, 5 point, 3 point, 3 point, 1 point, 1 point. My 5 point pick is Bianca Belair for the Women's Rumble.
My 5 point pick is... See, this is hard. It's really hard to predict a Women's Rumble like this. Because I feel Bianca too. I think Bianca's going to win. I really do. But I don't want people to say, but I have to go with my heart. I have to go Bianca because I don't see anyone else winning right now.
Right.
Yeah. So that'll be my first one. My second, we might differ.
My 3-point pick. It's easily one of the, other than Bianca, the safest option for any women's match ever. Charlotte Flair.
My 3-point pick is Bayley.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, my 1-point pick, originally I was going to have it be Becky Lynch. I don't think it's happening yet.
Yeah.
Don't think she's back in time. So my 1-point pick, well, actually, my 1-point pick is actually Rhea Ripley. Had you going there, didn't I?
My 1-point pick is Charlotte.
I'm going with Rhea Ripley because I have a feeling what they're going to do is they're going to take Asuka's belt off of Asuka like weeks before Mania.
Yeah.
And they're going to do Rhea Charlotte too at WrestleMania.
I see. I'm just having to bet Charlotte here because if Charlotte's in a match, given the point structure of the betting system for this specific game I have to somewhat bet Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to put some stock in Charlotte because Charlotte is the Roman Reigns of WWE.
Yeah.
Of the women's division, I mean.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
First Royal Rumble prediction match. Women's Royal Rumble. So I've got to pick 3 here, and I'm going to go, my 3 are Dragon Fireball Z throwing Alexa Bliss. How can anyone stop her? She throws fireballs. Next pick is Playground Alexa Bliss. Simple reason, she's crazy. She can produce magic. And then finally, third pick is Twisted Bliss, Alexa Bliss. Covered all 3 faces of Bliss in this Royal Rumble match.
The Women's Royal Rumble. So this is where things get complicated, apparently. I cannot believe that we are going to have to edit 8 of these. Right, Zander? Oh yeah, it's just sucks to be you. So Carnold's 5-point pick is going to be, Carnold's 5-point pick. I think Carnold is going to go with, this is a good question. Carnold, who should it be? Carnold is going to go with, Sasha's going to be the champion. Bayley wouldn't be. Carnold's going to go at the limits of Bayley. They might do Sasha Bayley at WrestleMania. It could be very good if they did that again. It was very good at Hell in a Cell. Doesn't change Zander's opinion on Bayley's title reign being crap, but well, it's fine. Carnold's 3-point pick is going to be. Just give Carnold a wild card pick here. Carnold's going to go with the person that should have won it last year with Shayna Baszler, and then Carnold's 1-point pick is going to be Bianca Belair.
And then for my women's winner, my main women's winner, so my number 1 pick for the Women's Royal Rumble is Bayley. My second pick is going to be the returning Becky Lynch, and then my final pick is Ronda Rousey.
Now, Women's Royal Rumble. This is where it gets fun because it's going to give away one of my easy predictions later. My first pick, which is also my surprise bonus entry for the Women's Royal Rumble. Pick number 1, Ronda Rousey. She's coming back. She's been teasing it. She's got a good time to come back right now. So, Ronda it is. Pick number 1. Pick number 2, the Omni Flair. Because, why not? If she wins the Rumble, she'll go for the title. And it'll give away one of my other predictions later. But yeah. Charlotte will be my pick number 2. Now, pick number 3 is going to be Bianca Belair. Because everybody likes her. They think she's going to take it home. So you never know. She just might. But she's my 3rd pick. She won't be my 1st. She won't be my 2nd. But she's my 3rd. So one of those 3 I think is coming home winning the Rumble.
Okay, so this is where it gets complicated, right? The 3 picks, the Women's Rumble. Okay, the Women's Rumble. My 1-point pick, essentially my safe pick to get me a free point, is Charlotte. I could easily see her winning back-to-back Rumbles. My second pick were 3 points. I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair. She seems like a safe choice. And then my third pick, my number 1 pick, essentially, the top pick, the one I think will win it the most, worth 5 points. It seems like it could happen. It looks like it's being teased on Twitter. I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. I'm going with Becky Lynch. On to the Men's Rumble. Same situation.
Men's Rumble.
5-3-1.
5-3-1.
My 5-point pick is going to be Daniel Bryan.
My 5-point pick will be Bobby Lashley.
Do you want to explain? Because I think a lot of people are going to be caught off guard by that one.
I think Bobby Lashley is going to win because I think Bobby Lashley will go on to face Drew McIntyre because I think the Hurt Business is the most over thing on Raw, and I think they kind of want that. And there's other ways you can get to a heavyweight champ. There's other way you can get to the title match on SmackDown, whereas it's hard to get there that way through Raw. So I think Bobby Lashley will win, challenge Drew McIntyre.
Right. So I've debated who I want to have be my 3-point pick and my 1-point pick for a while.
Yes.
Originally, Lesnar was going to be one of my picks, but something tells me that there are no plans for him to return anytime soon.
Yeah.
I don't think Brock's returning until we're back to normal and have fans. Or back to the new normal, I guess, and have fans.
Yeah.
And so I think... part of me wanted to go with Nakamura here as well.
Yeah.
So I really had to think about my 3-point pick a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think my 3-point pick is going to be Big E.
Well, my 3-point pick is going to be Cesaro.
See, that's another one. I feel like they could I feel like they could pull another Drew McIntyre with Cesaro this year.
Yeah. And you want to go with your 1-point pick?
Yeah, I was trying to buy myself a second to think about it.
Okay, so I'll explain my Cesaro pick. Cesaro, he recently beat Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan is one of the main bets for the Rumble this year. So I think they're kind of strapping a rock to Cesaro, kind of starting to build him up a little, and I think they're going to be going in that direction.
Right.
Yeah.
So, almost in a similar way to where I was going to do Charlotte, where I did Charlotte, I was going to do Lesnar here just to give myself a point, just in case. But I genuinely don't think Brock's showing up in front of no fans. He did it on the build to Mania, and he was done. But that was just because he was obligated to with the belt.
Yeah.
But I feel like I want to go with someone safe, so I at least get 1 point, especially if no one else bets this person.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people would bet Rollins already,
Mm-hmm.
so that was originally my thought.
Yeah.
It's very heavily speculated it's going to be a SmackDown guy to challenge Roman.
Yeah.
Because apparently Drew Brock at Mania is the current idea they've got.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like after my fantasy booking, I'd be remiss not to give my 1 point to Keith Lee.
My 1-point pick will be Daniel Bryan.
Safe pick.
Yeah, safe pick. I'm going to go safe pick because my 2 first picks are wild picks, and I think they actually stand a good chance of happening. I do see Lashley winning. I do, actually.
And the Men's Royal Rumble. My 3 picks are The Fiend, because how can you stop him? Because he's also going to produce some magic and fireball and set people on fire. And second pick is Daniel Bryan, because I love Daniel Bryan and he should win a Royal Rumble. And thirdly, a man that Zander has no idea who he is. I don't know how. He's a big star, Jinder Mahal.
And then into the Men's Rumble, Carnold, he's going to go with his 1-point pick. Carnold's 1-point pick is going to be Big E. Carnold's 3-point pick is going to be Nakamura. And Carnold's 5-point pick, okay. Are you ready for Carnold's 5-point pick? Carnold's 5-point pick, okay. Carnold is fairly confident in this one, okay. They could not get The Rock for WrestleMania. They could not get, they couldn't get many people for WrestleMania because of the whole situation and it not being in Hollywood. Carnold has been to Hollywood. Carnold is the most Hollywood one on this channel. Carnold, has a bit of a prediction here now. Carnold thinks, while Carnold is confident that Roman versus Rock is not going to happen. Carnold has a theory that only one man is capable of being considered a main eventer and a Royal Rumble winner at the moment, and Carnold thinks that Brock Lesnar is going to win the Royal Rumble and fight Drew McIntyre in a rematch at WrestleMania. Okay.
And then my number one pick for the men's Royal Rumble. Oh man, there's so many winners. What it could be. My number one, I guess, is going to be Daniel Bryan this year. Number two, Seth Rollins, and number three, Cesaro.
Now, men's Royal Rumble. This is where it gets fun. I'm going to go with the family favorite, Daniel Bryan. I think it's his turn to shine. He deserves it. He's not held a belt in a while. He's going to win the Rumble, go for a belt, win it. It'll be his last championship run. So, Daniel's going to win the Rumble. Now, Big E is my second choice. If Daniel doesn't win, Big E will win it. And then my third choice is the one, thank you, Zander, because I got this idea from you. I actually had somebody else picked. But I'm going to go with your favorite, lovely Jinder Mahal. So, yeah. He's my third pick. First pick, Daniel Bryan. Second pick, Big E. Third pick, Jinder Mahal.
And now I've got to do the same thing for the men's Rumble. I'm going to go the opposite order this time. My 5-point pick, I'm going with Seth Rollins. My 3-point pick, I will go with Big E. And my 1-point pick, I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan, I think. No. My 1-point pick, I'm going with Keith Lee. I'm going Keith Lee. And then Zander also wants a surprise entrant in the men's Rumble and women's Rumble. So I'll go with the women's Rumble first. Becky Lynch would be the option I'd go with me picking her as my 5-pointer. But I think... You know what? I'm going to go with Raquel Gonzalez from NXT. And then in the men's Rumble, Zander's going to hate me for this one, but I'm going with Jinder Mahal. What do you mean you don't know who that is? He's a former WWE champion, Zander.
My surprise entrant for the Women's Royal Rumble is going to be Ronda Rousey. Hopefully I did that in the right order. And then my surprise entrance is going to be Rollins. I think Rollins will return. If Rollins isn't a good enough surprise entrant, I will be doing Adam Cole. So I hope that's good for you, Zander. If you need me to re-record this, I'm willing to. Not used to this at all. Hopefully quality is good. It's actually freezing out here, so I'm going to get inside. But thanks, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to LS11 Universe. LS11 Universe. Holy crap, I can't talk.
Which gave away my bonus surprise entrance. Women's, Ronda Rousey. Men's, Jinder Mahal. I had some other people picked, but we're going to go with those two. And I will be kicking myself if the other people I picked and changed my mind on, end up in the Rumble. Now, I'm going to throw a bonus prediction in here that Zander didn't ask, but it's probably going to be on the show, and I don't want to have him go, oh, well, we just got to send it to text or send it to whatever through Twitter. And the Women's SmackDown title, there's a good chance it's going to be Sasha Banks versus Carmella. Sasha Banks is going to retain it. They're not going to give that thing to Carmella. And those are my predictions. Here's my belt. Zander, I'm coming for yours. And that's the bottom line. Good luck predicting.
And so now Carnold has to pick one surprise entrant for each Rumble. So for the Women's Rumble, I've had a lot of good names here. Carnold's going to go with the safe, easy pick of Beth Phoenix. I mean, they've got her right there. She's easily available. I mean, just go with it. I mean, you know, you have her on deck. You don't have 30 women even put oil on your main roster, WWE. Do better. But, you know, it's fine. So, and then Carnold, as much as Carnold would love to go with Scott Steiner, and Carnold knows all of you would like Carnold to go with Scott Steiner is Carnold's favorite wrestler. Carnold is going to go... See, Carnold was going to go with Edge, but then, you know, they bloody announced Edge is going to be in the Rumble already, so, like, what's the deal with that, you know? Mania Del Zander apparently has a very funny pick. I don't know if his predictions come before or after mine. It's only one event, don't want to get edited in, but, you know, Carnold is going to go in the men's Rumble. Carnold At one point, Carnold, when he was going to... Carnold tossed up some things before. Carnold was going to at one point say Goldberg wins the title and then Drew wins the Rumble. So Carnold's surprise pick was going to be Drew for the Rumble. But no. So it cannot be someone that is just currently on the roster and is there every week, but just hasn't been announced yet. So let me look at who's been announced. Carnold would not be surprised, who would be a good surprise entrant, who do I have just working backstage every week? You know what? Carnold is gonna go with Wade Barrett, Barrett Barrage, boom, blam. Carnold's been recording for 6 minutes now, and then maybe 30 seconds of Carnold's predictions are even going into the freaking video, so Carnold's gonna stop now before he destroys his throat, okay?
And bonus predictions, surprises. Women's Royal Rumble, just going to go with Lita because they're going to call her back because she's awesome. And the men's, picking Playground Alexa Bliss. She got RKO'd. She'll be in there playing mind games, waiting for the Fiend. And that's how she's going to be entered in. So anyway, that's my Royal Rumble predictions. Have a nice day. Jam that jam. Zander for Quizmania 21. Zander and Ray for Marine 7.
But other than that, so are we going to bet on the surprise entrance?
Yep, that's all that we have left as we've gone through.
Yep.
Hacker still has not shown himself, weirdly.
Yeah. So,
So Women's Rumble first. Who is a surprise pick going to be? And surprise picks, just so people at home know, is anyone that is not currently active as part of Raw and SmackDown. So a legend or someone from NXT or NXT UK if they manage to get them across.
I'm gonna go
as
with-
well as legends.
I think Candice LeRae stands a good chance of being in the match.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I think Candice LeRae stands a good chance of being in the match.
Injured stars also count as well. So, for example, Naomi, who's out injured, I don't think she's in time. I don't think she's returning in time. So that's not my surprise pick. I've got Rhea Ripley listed as my winner for 1 point. So part of me wants to say that, but she's a safe pick. Beth Phoenix.
My other pick's gonna be Beth Phoenix. So, yeah.
That would have been your other one.
Yep.
And then for the men's rumble, I feel like Seth Rollins is the easiest one to go with. I feel like he's pretty much a lock to be returning at the Rumble.
So, I know you haven't heard my booking of the Rumble yet.
Right.
Yeah, but I assume you would by now. Here's the thing. Do you know who works as a backstage producer in WWE?
Don't.
Mark Henry.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, so I could easily see Mark putting on the suit and going out there for a little legend spot, especially because they can't fly in a bunch of legends.
Well, the only thing that, then I'm telling you this that way you don't accidentally doom yourself here. Last time people saw Mark Henry could barely walk. Like,
Yeah.
Mark Henry's having to use a mobility scooter right now.
Yeah. I thought he was going to work with DDP.
He has, but still, like, he's walking around on one of those scooters where they have one leg up on it and they're having to push it. Like, he appeared on Raw like that a few weeks ago.
Okay. So, Rollins is a safe pick. I don't want to go with a safe pick here.
Right. It's about being fun, obviously, for the Rumble. Granted, it's worth a whole 1 point, so
Yeah.
it could change the tides.
So, So, I'm going to go with Karrion Kross.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go with him because it's been rumored he's coming up to the main roster any day now. I'm going Damian Priest.
Yeah, I could easily see. WWE is apparently very high on Karrion Kross, especially Vince, so I could easily see them including Karrion Kross.
Do I have your attention now, Zander? You know, for far too long, there's been too many Zanders. So, for starters, I took your title. One of the longest reigning hardcore champions. And then the wall jumped me. It's alright. See, I am the healer of Zanders, and one by one, I'll deal with the Zanders in person. That's why I started with the wall. Hacked his keyboard. Who wouldn't believe that the wall would guess people that aren't even on there? I will heal all the Zanders and make it where there's not as many, I promise. You see, I got you into wrestling, Zander. I taught you everything I knew about wrestling, and you've never once asked me to be on a prediction show or be around. So now, I'll just take it. Charlotte and Asuka win. Lashley wins. Roman wins. McIntyre wins. Bianca Belair wins the Royal Rumble. That's a 5. It's a lot. Becky could be my third. Number 1. We'll do Bailey. Surprise entrant. We'll go with Tori Wilson. Men's Royal Rumble. Daniel Bryan wins. It's a 5. 3. Seth Rollins. 1. Brock. Surprise entrant. Tommaso. All of that is a lock. So is me winning. See you soon, nephew.
Uncle Bradley? That's the hacker. Oh dear. Keep in touch on Twitter at Zander_LS11 for live scores, I guess.
I was still hacked.
Well, I guess I've been Zander.
I've been Ray.
This has been Goldie.
Yeah.
And those were predictions. Now that we have a few minutes, just you and I, without Ray in the room, I gotta tell you, I'm scared. I've been the champion since last September. I haven't lost you since then. I mean, granted, I did everything in my power between not letting you be on the line at TakeOver, not letting you be on the line at Survivor Series. But now, I mean, we have 7 challengers. Carnold's the closest that's ever come to taking you from me. I mean, Mania, we don't know what Mania Del Zander's capable of. Carol and Jobber and Ray, I mean, sure, we've beaten them in the past, but they're still dangerous. And then Bradley's a wild card. I mean, he was the hacker. What's he capable of at the Royal Rumble? I mean, we unveiled that new title on stream on Friday, but that means that no matter what, even win, lose, or draw, Sunday's our last night together. We've been together for over 100 days. How could you best describe our time together? Like, I couldn't even put it into words. Maybe something like this. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screen, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you? There's a spark in you. You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just own the night like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. as you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave 'em going, oh, oh, oh. Well, yeah, I guess it could be described like that. You will not be separating us at the Royal Rumble.